I thought it was about time we tested your physical might. The second challenge is on Sonic Blastman. A megalithic meteorite is careering toward the Earth. You have 3 punches to destroy it and save the planet, a truly Herculean task. The person who records the highest score is the winner. So, roll up your sleeves and remember that the fate of mankind is at the mercy of your fists.
To find the perfect competitors for this unique challenge, we scoured the arcades and gyms nationwide and came up with a perfect competition. British Sonic Blastman champion Paul Turner against one of the most fearsome punchers in world boxing, former British heavyweight champion Gary Mason. Welcome, Gary. Welcome, Paul. Now, Gary, if I could start with you, Paul is a legend in the arcades, both as a brilliant player and a tough street fighter. How are you going to cope against him?
Well, for years everybody's been hearing about Mike Tyson, but nobody knows about Paul, but I have. So I'm prepared for him.
Okay, Paul, Gary's record is very impressive. 36 fights, 35 wins, 32 of which have been knockouts. You must be trembling.
Not really. He might be champ in the ring, but he's not champ in the arcade. I'm the champ.
Okay, well, we look like we've got a bit of a grudge match here. If you want to see if the tough arcade street fighter topples the polished professional slugger, join us after the break. Welcome back to Gamesmaster, where we're about to see rough, tough arcade street fighter Paul Turner take on the polished professional punches of Gary Mason. It's a punch-up everybody's been waiting for, so let's call up Paul Turner to take the first punches. And joining me in the pulpit to keep me out of harm's way tonight is Tim Boone from Computer and Video Games Magazine. Welcome, Tim.
Hello, Dominic.
Okay, so who's your favourite then?
Well, I've seen Paul in training and he's looking very good indeed. However, you have to be a fool to bet against Gary Mason, so that's who my money is on.
Well, call me a fool, but I'm going to put my money on Paul, Tim.
You're on.
Okay, so 3 punches to destroy the meteorite. Whoever has the most tonnage at the end of the 3 punches wins the fight. Paul, will you take your first punch? Here he goes, winding up.
Great first hit.
Oh, and a huge hit! 123 tons, Tim.
Fantastic punching power there from Paul. That very surprising, great punch.
Okay then, Paul, that was a brilliant first punch. Prepare to take your second. Oh, another massive one there, Tim.
Not as good, not as good. You could tell with the way that the pad slammed down, he hadn't quite caught it in exactly the right place. He'll be disappointed with that one. So he needs 124 to smash up the meteorite. He can do it on the basis of his first blow.
Okay, Paul, take your third and final punch. Is that a good one, Tim?
It was a good one, but it wasn't enough.
106 tons.
106 tons.
Didn't destroy the meteorite, but still, very powerful total tonnage.
Very powerful. But
Paul needn't be too down about that.
Not at all. This is, in fact, the game at its highest setting.
Okay, Gary, if you'd like to step up and take your 3 punches. So the meteorite's coming down. Let's see what Gary does with his first punch.
I think what Gary's going to try and do actually is explore the different punches that he can use. I think probably the first thing he'll do is go for a jab. Let's have a look.
Oh!
Yeah, that was a jab. Now, was it very powerful? Let's take a look. 105
tons. Quite a safe punch to start off.
Good, but I'm convinced Gary Mason can do better. This time, looks like he's not.
Okay, Gary, take your second punch.
Straight right. Straight right. That should be better. 107 tons. He's looking for the knockout blow, and he needs 138 tons to smash up that meteor. He needs something very special now.
Okay, we need a big punch here, Gary. If
Big
you want to win,
Gary.
take your third and final punch. Oh, it's a huge one there. Is it going to be enough to smash it? 190 tons.
Excellent.
Not quite enough. The big thing is, has he beaten Paul? Gary's total power 331. He's just been beaten by Paul. Paul is the winner by 1 ton. Commiserations, Gary. You had a lovely combination of punches, but it wasn't quite enough on the day.
No, it looks as if losing is becoming a habit for me these days.
If I could go on to the winner, Paul, I mean, that was stunning.
I just done it. It's just on the spur of the moment. I had to beat him.
Okay,
got to remain a champ.
Now you've beaten Gary on the game. Can we see a match in the ring between the two of you?
There'll be a rematch. He knows where to find me. Any arcade, any day. I'm still the champ, and that's where I want to stay.
And what have you got to say to that, Gary?
Well, I'll be scouring all the arcades during my lunch hour looking for Paul Turner.
Okay, we'll look forward to the rematch. Meanwhile, Paul, you have won the prize that every fighter dreams of, our special golden Gamesmaster joystick. And let's hear it again for the winner, Paul Turner, and our loser, Gary Mason. And now, while I show Gary an alley shuffle or two in the car park, let's find out the latest tips and cheats Gamesmaster has for us in his consultation zone.
Hello, Gamesmaster.
Welcome to my kingdom. I am delighted to see you. And what have you got to ask me?
After hours of playing on level 3 at Strider, I cannot get past the closing rules section without hearing you getting squashed. Can you help me?
Indeed I can, young man. Now listen. Instead of trying to climb up one side of the wall, you should jump from side to side. You will find that your upward progress accelerates, and you should have no trouble reaching the summit before the walls meet.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Next, please.
Hello, Gamesmaster.
Hello, and nice to see you. Now, what can I do for you?
I heard in Super Mario Bros. 3 there's a secret whistle in the first world, which enables you to warp into a later level. I don't know where it is. Do you have any idea?
Do I know where it is? Oh, the audacity of you. Of course I do. The whistle is on level 3 of the first world. But bear with me, because finding it is a little complicated. You will need to jump on top of the 5th block of the level, a white one, then squat for 5 seconds. You will then fall behind the background scenery. Once there, go to the end of the stage, and you will enter a house where the first whistle is kept.
Thanks a lot.
Next up, please, and hurry along there.
Hello, Gamesmaster. In Robocop, how do I kill the 2 people at the end of level 2?
Good question. Good question indeed. Actually, contrary to popular belief, you don't have to kill both of these men, as one of them is actually the mayor being held hostage. You need to select the machine gun, and then, whenever the mayor in front ducks down, shoot the man behind. If you shoot him 3 times, he'll release the mayor and come charging towards you. When this happens, punch him, and he will eventually die.
Right, thanks.
Not at all. And I think that's enough goodies for this little session, though I must admit I do rather enjoy my role as Agony Uncle. Make sure you tune in for our next rendezvous.
So, some juicy computer tidbits this week. Now for our final challenge, let's see what Gamesmaster has planned.
My final challenge tonight is on lemmings. The lemming is an exasperating breed of rodent that seems hell-bent on committing suicide. You're charged with delivering a certain percentage of these creatures to safety by guiding them through a tricky obstacle course. But the only way you could do this, I'm sorry to say, is by blowing up some of the lemmings to make holes that the others can fall through. Once a lemming has been programmed to explode, it takes 5 seconds to self-destruct. Perfect timing is therefore required to ensure that the lemmings explode over the sections of the puzzle where there's no furnace. The slightest slip-up will signal a mass lemmings cremation. You have 2 minutes to save 90% of the lemmings. A race of retarded rodents is depending on you.
Now, Lemmings is a hugely successful game, and this is an incredibly tough challenge. So we tried to find one of the best Lemmings players in the country, and we found him in Leicester. Please give a succulent Gamesmaster welcome to Robert Clark. Gamesmaster, Robert.
Hi, Dominic. It's nice to be here.
Now, Robert, we've said you're one of the best Lemmings players in the country. How long did it take you to complete all 120 levels?
Oh, about 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, we only told you you were doing this particular level 5 minutes ago. What was your reaction?
I was pretty shocked.
Do you think you can clock it?
I'll go.
Okay, then. If you'd like to go and sit yourself down in a pine hot seat, we'll get ready to play the game.
Okay.
Now, we've dragged him back screaming, but back he is, Tom Watson from Red.